All right, happy Monday, everyone. It's Monday right now when I'm recording this video. And I don't know, Monday, I don't mind Monday. Kind of feels like a fresh start. I don't know if I'm alone here. Kind of feels like a fresh start. You've had the week, maybe. I don't know. I take off on the weekend, so I'm not working on the weekends. So Monday for me feels like, okay, I'm ready to tackle another week. I know a lot of other people feel differently, right? But the other thing about Monday is it can sometimes feel a little overwhelming because you have a lot to get through before the next weekend or the Friday, right? And I was also thinking about this today because it's not just like a regular Monday, but we're kind of in the midst of the holiday season, right? And I know the holiday seasons are different for everyone. That some people really enjoy them, some people really don't. For some people, they're neutral. Regardless, though, one thing I do hear a lot of people talk about is how stressful they are. Right? There's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of events to go to. Maybe a lot of it just can be, I don't know, busy, right? And so anyway, all that being said, it's a Monday. We're in the midst of the holiday season, and one thing I was just kind of thinking about today, as I kind of opened up my calendar and I looked at the work stuff I have to do, coupled with the personal stuff. So every day I actually have my calendar opened on one of my computer screens just to kind of make sure I'm staying on task as best I can. And also just kind of, especially on Sundays, I like to open my calendar, the week view, and lay out all the things that I have to do. So I get a sense of how much time I have free or how much I have to do. So I can kind of plan accordingly. And I've noticed like around the holiday time, the free time seems to dissipate. Again, not just kind of work, but also personal life as well. There's a lot of events going on, a lot of things. The calendar is kind of packed. And that just kind of had me feeling a certain way today. It almost felt like with all the things I had to do, there was like no room for error, right? Like it felt like everything had to run perfectly smoothly in order for me to get through all the things I needed to get through. And that can cause some anxiety, right? That can cause us to feel maybe on edge. That can cause, I don't know, it sometimes makes me feel like, it can make me feel on edge, right? Like if just one thing is out of place, if I'm late to one thing, or if one error happens, then the rest of my Jenga tower falls apart, right? And my calendar, especially around this time, at least it has me feeling that way when I look how busy it is. It feels like a Jenga tower. That's what my calendar feels like. Right, and I think partially that's true. There's a lot more going on during this season. At the same time, I also think the other thing I was thinking about as I started to notice how I felt looking at the calendar, I also had to kind of think about, well, how do I prioritize in this season, right? I'm not going to have as much free time in the evenings as I normally would, right? Or I'm not gonna, have as much wiggle room, right, in between different things that I need to get done during the day. And so I also have to prioritize, right? That means that some things I'll be able to do and some things I won't. I'm not able to get everything done. And it kind of has me thinking about that too. So rather than trying to fit everything in that I normally would in this season, I think it's, for me personally, about also, well, what really needs to get done? What are the priorities? What can go on the back burner, and that kind of thing. And actually, as I took inventory of that, I started to feel a bit better. Okay, it's not like I don't have to jam everything in. I don't have to make everything fit. But that first step of prioritizing, that seemed to be really helpful. And I think, the reason I talk about this and kind of give you an inside look is because I know I'm not alone in this. I hear people talk about this a lot. Feeling like their calendars are so packed, feeling like they don't really have, any breathing room. And so, I wanted to just chat about it a little bit. I'm curious to know what you guys do. What do you do when you feel like your calendar is, stacked? Do you reprioritize? Do you take some things away? How do you do it? Do you kind of forego sleep? I don't know. I can't really do that. I need my sleep, so I can't really forego that. For me in this season, the prioritizing has worked really well. And then also sometimes just being more mindful of my time, trying to spend less time scrolling or less time being distracted, although I know that's easier said than done, right? But this whole idea of our calendars feeling like a Jenga tower, right? I know a lot of us went into private practice so that that wouldn't happen. And then here we are, right? We're in private practice and somehow it happens again. But it's always a good opportunity to kind of just, take inventory, take a look at all the obligations you have committed to, taking a look at what you really need to do versus what you want to do. And I'm not here to problem solve today. I have a lot of different videos about time management and organizing, and that's, if you want to watch those, go for it. This is more just talking about it. That's just something I thought about today. When I looked at my calendar, I was like, oh my gosh, it's pretty packed. And I know I have to leave room for some error, right? There's no way you can have a stacked calendar with no room for error. That's just because, guess what? Error, they happen, right? We're people. I'm gonna be late to something, or I'm gonna need to adjust, and I don't want to set myself up to to get burnt out. And so I think that's something I thought about today. I don't know. What do you do? What do you do when your calendar feels like that? I think the other thing is we sometimes try to prevent it, right? We try to, and we, to some degree, we can work at it. We can get better at time management and things. But I think sometimes life does really get busy, right? It really does. It's not just a matter of reorganizing or not wasting time. I think sometimes life just gets really busy. So I guess my encouragement to you today is just pause for a moment, spend 2 or 3 minutes just thinking about your what you have to do, what's going on, and really try to set yourself up for success. I don't know what that looks like for you, but for me right now, it looks like prioritizing well and spending some time on that. And I will. I think I'm going to be able to do this daily, at least work days for sure. Take a couple minutes to record these videos. I hope that you enjoy these videos. I don't know, these more raw, behind the scenes look. And so that being said, I will keep you updated on how things unfold this week. We'll see if I'm able to prioritize well and not feel overwhelmed or overly stressed out by the calendar. It is only Monday, but so far so good. So I'm encouraged by that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.